Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a great day. And today, it's a nice day outside, beautiful day. And it's a weekend, so it's a day for yard work. And we're gonna be putting this Rivian into use. And this is for Vinny. Vinny is one of his subscribers. He has a lot of good questions, or she, I'm not sure. But Vinny has a lot of good questions as far as a Rivian, the storage capacity, you know, whether or not you can use it for regular truck use. And these are all great questions, and if you're thinking about purchasing a Rivian, these are some things you probably want to know. And as I always brag about the versatility of this vehicle, so we're going to be putting it to the test today. So I did purchase an item I'm hoping will help solve some of these problems. In the past, I did put some sticks in this vehicle, and it was a lot of trouble getting a lot of those little small twigs out because they got caught in the crack, and I'll show you what that looks like. So today I'm going to be fertilizing the yard, and this is quite a big yard here, and I'll just, you know, let you get a look behind me at what we have here. It's quite a bit, and also all back here also, so it's quite a bit. And so I'm going to be picking up about 18 bags of fertilizer and putting it in a Rivian. And usually when you pick this fertilizer up, the granules usually fall out, and this Rivian has a lot of cracks for a lot of places for these fertilizer little granules can go, and it could be a headache trying to get that stuff out. So I'm trying to, you know, do some preventative things. So I did purchase an item. I purchased it off Amazon, and we're going to see if this item actually works. What we're going to do first is I'm going to open a bed. I'm going to take a few measurements, and I have seen some YouTubers do this, but you know, this was really a home improvement channel. Yeah, we're just showcasing this Rivian and showing the versatility of it. So if you're a homeowner and you do a lot of things yourself, you know, you'll be able to see that you can use this truck for quite a few things. So I'm going to take some measurements with my tape measure and some other measuring devices, and so you can just get an idea of the volume and the capacity and whether or not this bed is actually functional for whatever your purposes are. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is measure this bed. And one of the things I really like about this Rivian, and this was really ingenious of them, is this gooseneck hinge. And I'm going to go ahead and lift this up, and you can see that how this gooseneck hinge actually gives you additional space this way. And so the way it's hinged out, like most trucks are hinged on the bottom, and so a normal truck would probably the tailgate would probably stop right here, but this gives you an additional 6 to 8 inches. So hauling plywood, drywall is no problem. Yes, and I'm going to show you why. Take on my tape measure, and you'll see right here that you have almost 7 feet of length right here. And as you may or may not know, a sheet of drywall, a sheet of plywood is normally 4 by 8 inches. I mean, sorry, it's 4 by 8 feet. It's 4 by 8 feet. So with here, and this is 8 feet right here. So, and then I did make another video called the Rivian tool haul, I believe that's the name of the video, where I actually put a sheet of drywall in here, and you can see 8 feet comes out here, so it'll be about 13 inches of overhang, which is perfectly fine. So next thing I'm gonna do is measure with this this Bosch tool right here, and this is a really good device if you're a homeowner and you know you need to get some measurements. This is really good, pretty accurate. So we'll go ahead and I'm gonna measure between the tire well. And between tire wells, right here is coming up as 50 and 7/8 of an inch. And the sheet of drywall is 48 inches wide, so it gives you a couple of inches of clearance for either side, so that's plenty of space. And we go ahead and measure the height of the bed. And it's about 18.5 inches. From there to here, about 18.5 inches. And so we already got the width and the height and the length. So more than enough to carry drywall or any other large items. And yes, when this bed is up, you only have like 4.5 feet, and I'm going to measure that also, which some people there may be of concern, but really most people don't even use their truck beds. We actually use our truck bed, and really there's a length where it's almost diminishing returns because some items are too big. Like, for example, I use a Ford F-150. That is like a 5.5 foot bed. You can't fit a sheet of drywall in there anyway. You're still gonna have to lower the tailgate. And so there are a lot of items that you simply are not gonna be able to get into a bed that's 5.5, 6 feet, 8 feet even with the tailgate up. So more than likely you're just gonna be hauling around a lot of extra weight where it's not necessary, unless you're a construction worker, or you have some type of construction business where you really need that bed space. But otherwise, a normal homeowner, maybe once or twice a year, maybe, if ever, but we are probably more than that. I will say we are definitely above average homeowners. We actually even have a trailer that we pull for items, so most homeowners don't have that. So I think we can really give a great example of how this truck can really be used. But next I'm going to go ahead and show you an item that I purchased that's going to help really improve the functionality of this vehicle, I hope. I have not opened this box yet, but I'm going to open it up for you. And I have it stored right under here. And look how handy that is. Isn't that just awesome right there? And I just love how Rivian, their attention to detail is off the chart. Look at this nice Rivian logo, the Rivian compass. I mean, who does that? I mean, this is inside basically where the spare tires is supposed to go. And you can even see the Rivian logo on these, etched into these little items here. Which is quite crazy. He was like, man, this is right here. You see it again, right here. I mean, just a lot of attention to detail. And me, being a woodworker and, having a bunch of other skills, more of a, I won't say a hobby, so I don't do this for a living, but I am, if you look at my work, I'm all about attention to detail. And also, one other thing that I was not aware of before I purchased this vehicle, and even watching all of the YouTube videos I've seen on the Rivian, is that there's actually a seal on this. So they actually consider this a rear storage area. So it's sealed from weather. This is a nice seal. So good to the point where a lot of times this thing gets stuck, because if you see, it has a lip here. So this keeps water out. So water or weather doesn't penetrate in. I never had any water in here, and I obviously I don't have a tonneau cover on here, so this seal is quite effective. I've taken it in the car wash, just power wash this thing, and water still has not penetrated this. And then I have to point out the size of this also. This is a nice size box that I put in here. So look, check this out. Just measuring this box, it is almost 31.5 inches long. Can you get that? You see that right there? It's almost 31.5 inches long, and it is 21 inches wide. So this is a nice size box. So I'm not going to measure this trunk well also for you. I'm going to take this box out because that's what we're going to be unboxing here. And I'm just going to measure this thing here. And you see that is 39 inches. That's quite big. And I'll measure. And 34 3/16, which is almost 35 inches. That's quite a big space right there. And as far as the depth, in fact, I know how deep this box is. This box is 11 inches. And so at the most shallow point, it's 11 inches, but down at the bottom, you get another inch. So that's about a foot. So this is quite a big space right here for storage. Even if you do get a spare, you can easily take the spare out and, put it in your garage. Most people don't use spares. I haven't had a spare, and I can't remember when my vehicle had a spare tire. But But yeah, so it just gives you another insight of the versatility of the space and the size of the space, because it's kind of hard to get a really understanding with just watching the video how big these spaces actually are. So let's go ahead and get to unboxing this box out here and see what we have and how it's going to help us out, hopefully. Ah! Just kidding. And this is, I would say, who is this manufacturer? This is BestEVMod. So this is BestEVMod, and I did purchase this on my own with my own money. And this is a Rivian R1T trunk bed liner. And so let's go ahead and open this up and get this box out of the way. So I'm not exactly sure which side is up. I'm guessing this is probably, yeah, this is the upside. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get this installed. I'm gonna close this up first. As far as the fit, as you can see, it does bubble up. It's probably just going to take some time in the sun, but it looks like it's well cut for the Rivian, the truck well. I like how it actually rolls up against the bed instead of just cutting off, and you know, so any water can just hit that and come this way and shed to these points. So I really do like that. But I am interested in seeing how this thing actually ends up lining up. It does, the grooves all line up, you know, so if I press down on it, even small, and this seems to be perfect, you know, lining up with these right here. So, but I am going to be putting some weight in this. I will be picking up 16 bags of fertilizer. And you know, looking at this design, I really like how this is designed, because when I pick fertilizer up, the granules always come out the bag. There's always a bag, and I'm sure if you picked up fertilizer before, that there's always a bag that's leaking. I have to pick up a lot of bags, and so there's a lot of opportunities for leaks, and it's just hard to get that stuff out. Sometimes we'll pick it up in the car, we'll pick it up in our trailer, and the granules will always come out. So hopefully this will go a long ways to prevent that. But I'm looking at something here that could be a bit of an issue. Let's see. This hump right here, that may prevent water from shedding out. So we're gonna see how this works, because I mean, this would, I guess if I'm power washing, it won't be an issue, but you see this is a significant hump right here. Not really sure what the purpose or the value of this hump is, but we'll see. We'll see if it actually causes any type of problems. And now I'm going to go ahead and lift this up and see if it interferes with the operation of this cover for the gooseneck hinge. But I will say, another point of concern is this area right here. This is a significant gap and this can be problematic, and I can show you why. And so like if you put mulch in this bed and you're trying to scrape it out, this is going to get caught in here. And if I lift this up, you can see, yeah, going right here is not that big of an issue, but you do have these open wells right here where I don't see an exit. And so if there's a bunch of stuff that gets caught in here, I see wires in here, a lot of electrical components. And so if you get a bunch of mulch in there, I don't know how you're going to get it out. And so it would be nice to see something molded in a way that conforms with this, and maybe come up this way a little bit to completely protect this. So once you get to this point, you're fine, because yeah, anything just fall right down here. But this area right here is problematic. Even this area right here. And so maybe that's a potential design improvement. You know, if it can be hinged in a way where, you know, to cover this piece up, and when you lift this part up right here, that it folds also. I know we do have some car mats in one of our cars that does that, but we're going to see if this is going to work or not. And it didn't interfere with the operation of it. And you can see again where I'm talking about, where it doesn't, you know, provide any protection there, where that is an opportunity where they could have made that contoured to the actual rear storage area to give it protection there. But we'll see. All right, another thing I want to point out is this material. This is very thick material. It seems very high quality. Very surprised at it, especially at the price point. I would figure something like this would cost a lot more than what this actually is, but we're going to see about the durability of a long term. But this material is pretty thick, as you can see right here, and it feels very, very high quality, very durable. So I'm very happy with that right there. But one point of concern and opportunity to improvement is, you see this big hump right here. That could be avoided, and I can show you why. Because they put this in this relatively small box right here. You know, just look at this box here, and I'm going to show you a comparison of a product I purchased from Rivian in the box that it came in, and how I really appreciated this. And these are the Rivian all-weather mats, and you can see how big this box is, how long it is, and you know, see how thin it is. And I'm going to show you why they put this stuff in the box, and why I really appreciated this is that the back floor mat is completely flat. Oh, let me put it up here. You can't see that against the black, but it's completely flat. So you don't have to worry about, and they took the extra step as far as the packaging to ensure that this thing arrives flat. And you can see this thing is still in the packaging, so that should tell you something. I never used these, I bought them. And I know this is not part of the video, but I purchased these floor mats and I never used them because the floor mats in this vehicle are awesome. And so I never used these floor mats. They've been in the box the entire time I got them, because I didn't know those floor mats that came with the vehicle were that nice looking, especially with the what's my interior called? Especially with the Ocean Coast interior. Those are some awesome looking mats. And when my son saw them, he's like, hey, these mats look really good. You know, a lot better than these mats. And every vehicle I purchased, I always bought mats basically right when I bought the vehicle. And all the aftermarket, the all-weather mats will almost always look better than the mats that come with the factory. Not true in the case of Rivian, but I know it was a bit off topic. But if you're planning on purchasing a Rivian and you wonder whether or not you should get the all-weather mats, if you're in an area where you get a lot of snow, rain, and mud, if you're going to do a lot of off-roading, yes. If not, you know, we're in the Midwest. Yes, we get snow here and rain, but I never had to put these mats in the vehicle. Obviously, they're still in the package. So this is definitely an opportunity for improvement for BestEVMod, which are the manufacturer of this, is the packaging. So, because it'll be a lot nicer. I know it may cost a little more money, but it'd be a lot nicer if I can just put this in and I can have it nice and smooth, you know, right from the start, versus having a big bubble in the middle. So really like this, I'm not even sure if the final fit would actually be a fit for this vehicle, but we'll see. And I'll let you know over time, you know, whether or not this actually contours. I believe it will. I believe the sun will take care of this, probably even today. And the weight I'm gonna put in this thing is probably gonna take care of that, but we'll see. But I'll see you back in a minute. Yay, I'm just driving up to the seed house to pick up my fertilizer. This is where I've been going for years. It's called the Belleville Seed House. And so if you live in the St. Clair County, Madison County, Monroe County area, this is a good place to go to get your seed. And this is where, like I said, I've been going here for years to get my fertilizer and my seed for my yard. And they do an excellent job. And I'll see you back in a moment.
Good.
So we're gonna see here, you know, how much this thing can actually hold. We got these good gentlemen here from the Belleville Seed House. It's where I get all my seed and my fertilizer from. So if you live in the area, definitely highly recommend this place. And also I want to point out the suspension here. As you can see, it's going down lower and lower, but this is self-leveling. And you know, once I get to rolling again, you're going to see that it raises back up. They still have quite a few stuff to put in. I'll show you how it's going to push that thing down, and when I roll, it's going to lift it right back up.
He's running back to get the rest of your order.
Okay.
You get 10 more bags. This is the second one that's come in here this week.
Oh yeah, is it? Okay.
Yeah, I was looking at it was one of my buddies that just bought one.
Uh-huh.
And I was very curious.
How's he like it?
He says he likes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he did you have to drive up and pick it up
Yes,
yourself?
I did. I had to go to the factory and pick it up.
Was it a normal?
Normal Illinois, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll get me one, maybe secondhand.
Yeah, they are a bit expensive on the front end.
Were you able to get the tax credit for it?
Not whether or not we get the tax, it's kind of up in the air. Is at one point it was approved, and then the federal government changed the rules, and they said it wasn't approved back in March. Then they came back and said it was approved for $3,500. So we'll see. Yeah. We'll see. Because I think
Still working on that.
Yeah, they're still working on it. So I'll find out when I file my taxes what it's going to be.
I guess when you come back in the fall, you can let us know.
Yes, yes.
This one's got a hole, so we're not going to want to let that fall into the truck.
No, that's fine. As a matter of fact, put the one with the hole in the truck. And that's kind of what this video is about. It's about this mat I just purchased and whether or not this is going to help solve a problem, that particular problem. So
I think it's going to reflect well on us, though, if we give you a broken.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hold up. Set that one aside, yeah. Like so. All right, there we go. So that fits in there nicely. Mm-hmm. You got the count? Yep. It's 10. Total 14. 18. 18, right, sir?
Yep. You see how the suspension is going down more and more?
13. 14. 15. 16. 17, 18. You're good. How's she looking?
Oh, it looks good.
That's
nice and low.
900 pounds. Plus him. Plus 230.
Okay.
So I'm going to get out and you'll have 900 pounds on there.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you. All have a great day, and I appreciate you allowing me to record this.
What's the YouTube channel?
It's called The Duke of Manville.
The what?
The Duke of Manville.
All right, we'll be looking at
Okay.
it. Thank you, my man.
You're welcome. Yep, so the good gentleman at the Belleville Seed House, they got me all loaded up and headed back home. And when I get home, I'm going to show you that that this vehicle is no longer low to the ground like it was when they were loading it up, because the air suspension is going to self-level it. At least it's supposed to. We'll find out if it does it or not. So I got my fertilizer all loaded up, and as you can see, the gentleman at the seed house said it was 900 pounds. I'm driving this Rivian, I can't tell. Matter of fact, let me slow down a bit. I'm gonna punch it just to see how fast this thing still accelerates. Let me turn my camera on. You can see, okay, I'm slowing down, slowing down. Punch it. Oh my goodness. Whoa. So yeah, still got all the speed there, even with this 900 extra pounds in here. So that is awesome, I have to say. This is an awesome truck. So for those you know worried about hauling, that's not an issue. I'll see you all back in a few. I gunned it pretty hard at the end just to test it out for you all to see if it would. I would have to say that this thing seemed like it actually drove better with all of this weight in the back. And so if you have some American-sized family members you don't really care about that much, just have them ride in the back. And that, what it's going to do for you is that, number one, they won't be around you, and number two, you're going to enjoy a much better quality ride, let me tell you. And so this is what I was talking about here. Now look at how high the tire is off the wheel well. So, like I said, this is self-leveling. This is the awesome thing about this air suspension. And of course it has all of these bags of fertilizer in here, and it could have been a lot more. Yeah, you could have gotten probably another 6 bags of fertilizer in here, no problem. All right, I have one more storage thing I want to show you. I actually have a few things that I bought and from different companies to test them out. You know, because I'm such a nice guy, you know, and I can buy these things, you know, so you'll know which one is the best product perhaps for you. And like I said, I bought all these things with my own money so I can give you the most unbiased opinion possible. So let's go ahead and get into this. You also have these items right here, and these are interior storage things that I bought from different companies, but we'll talk about these probably on another video. But for now, I'm going to talk about this. And this is also, this is from, who's the manufacturer of this? BestEVMod again. So this is BestEVMod. So let me go ahead and open this up. And I will put this link also in the description if this is something you may be interested in getting yourself. Again, the same standard packaging. You know, you got your standard Amazon box. So I'm guessing this is packaged by Amazon. And then it comes in this plastic packaging, and right here it says BestEVMod's Rivian R1T / R1S accessory, lower layer. Pretty windy out here today. Oh, bye box. See ya. Oh, it's probably going to Kansas. Take this out of here. And what this is for the lower storage area in the front trunk of the Rivian. And then this is some nice material again. This is nice and thick, and it has these contours again for the vehicle. And so I'm going to go ahead and take this lower storage area, and I'm going to show you why I purchased this in a second. But I'm going to take this out here. This comes right out and it opens up the lower storage area. So, and just to give you an idea of the height of this space right here, I actually was able to fit gallons of paint under here. So this is a lot taller than what it looks like on camera. And you see all of this here, I actually had one of my tools in here, and this is a bunch of sawdust. And so this will help remedy that. You know, if you are, you know, hauling things in your Rivian and maybe maybe some construction materials and things like that. And let's see how this fits. And of course I'm going to vacuum this later, but I just want to see how it fits for the video. And I would have to say it fits quite nicely. You know, the same with this. I'm sure over time this is going to contour to this with a little bit of heat, and it does get hot here, especially right up against this. A lot of heat comes out of here. So if anyone's saying, hey, you can use this for tailgating, not this part. This gets very hot. I'm not sure what's behind this, but the rear storage area would be a better use for that. It has a bigger drain and things like that. And we're going to actually do something similar to that. We're going to put ice and things like that and show you what it's like to tailgate in the Rivian. But yeah, this is another excellent piece. It's contoured perfectly to the Rivian. It even gives you access to this drain plug right here. And so they were even conscious enough to put a hole right here to give access to this. And this would definitely help protect this. And so if you're putting any wet items in here, if you're going swimming, going to the pool, and you just want to protect your vehicle, or you're putting paint in here, you want to protect it from spills, this is definitely a good idea for it. And even above that, just overall protection. These are expensive vehicles, and you know, if you want to replace your, you know, upgrade your Rivian later on, you know, and make sure you keep your resale value up by, you know, protecting some of these surfaces, these softer surfaces, scratch really easy. But I just wanted to show you that. Links in the description, and now I'm trying to get to unloading all of this stuff off the Rivian. My exercise for today. And so I already see some granules in here, you know, some that can pose a problem. And now I really see why this lip is right here. This lip really provides protection from keeping that stuff from coming this way. And so if I wanted to, I can just, and I'll show you in the end how I'll do this. So I can probably just fold this thing up and pull it out to prevent any of these things from going into here. But we'll get into that in the end. But that is actually pretty ingenious, because I thought it was useless at first, but it looks like I was incorrect in that. Right, this is where I think this is genius. And again, this is BestEVMod. And when I first put this in the truck, I was talking about this lip, saying how this wasn't, you know, I didn't understand this design, but look at this. See how it will prevent anything from going past this point to get into this crevice right here, or down into here. I would have to say it's quite ingenious. And I'm going to take this out, and I'm trying to do this in a manner to where I can dump this into the yard. And this is organic fertilizer, so it has a very low burn potential. So I wouldn't recommend this if you're just using regular home fertilizer you probably get from one of those big box stores. But we're gonna carefully fold this out like so. Maybe it'd be best if I got it up here like this. And look at that. Whoa. And just take this over here and just And there we have it. Oh, I knocked my $6 million glasses on the floor on the ground. I hope I didn't scratch them, which I think I did. Scratch the lenses.
Here.
Man, shucks. I scratched the lenses. Those things are like $900. You see how well this protected is? You know, without having this BestEVMod bed liner in here, that would have been a disaster for me to clean up. And whenever I get my fertilizer, I always have spills, always. And so just imagine mulch, even twigs. I still have twigs in here from when I put twigs in this truck. And so this definitely solves a problem. One of the critiques I had about this bed liner, the actual truck bed liner, the factory bed liner, not being durable for normal truck use, this solves the problem. This is very durable, very thick. I expect it to last a very long time. And when I first put it in, I was talking about how it didn't conform and how it was folded up. It's already conforming already. And the fit is very good now. And just sitting in the sun, probably another few hours is gonna be nice and tight. The fit quality is high. This lip is ingenious. And you saw how I was able to pull all those granules out without really leaving any on the actual truck bed. Excellent product. BestEVMod. Links in the description. If you're purchasing a Rivian R1T, make sure you get one of these, regardless. You know, whether you have a tunnel cover already, if you're doing any type of overlanding, any home improvement projects, or if you're just putting luggage in here. Definitely get one of these. The layer of protection is high, and you know you want to preserve the value of this expensive vehicle. So, but that's all I have for today, and thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you on the next video.